Commenting with Google Plus sucks. But commenting with Reddit is awesome. So head on over to Reddit and leave a comment on this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Hey there, you're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with a brand new show. This is awesomeness extraordinaire. You guys have asked for it, I've told you it's coming, and now it is here. We are tabletop gaming in virtual computer land. We're tabletop gaming. We're playing a role-playing game called Dungeon World, and this is a women's only Sunday role-playing group, and I'm so glad to have this group together. So I'm now going to introduce all of you guys to the viewers, and each player has put their social media, which will also be in the description box below. And you'll also be able to talk with them if they are on Reddit as well too. Several of them are part of the Reddit group, and you'll be able to talk to them as well too. Feel free to ask them about their characters, ask them about their roleplay background. They're all great, friendly women, and I am incredibly blessed and lucky to have found them all. And before I introduce you all, I'm going to share that we are a very fun group. So we are wearing... some of us are wearing fun things. I have my feather boa on. Last week I had fairy wings on, but they're hard to sit and they keep getting poking your back. Fairies, that's why fairies are cranky. And also I have, underneath my headset here, I have on my Gamemaster earrings, which are some skeletons that you can see there that I normally only get to wear on Halloween. And now I get to wear them, and that's because I am the woman who deals out death. I'm going to try not to kill the characters, but you never know. So first up, going from left to right, these are all amazing women that some of you may have known, some of you will know a couple of them, or you'll know Siri from her channel. But first I'm going to introduce Darian, who's up on screen here. And Darian is playing Osana. And Darian, tell us just a little bit about Osana, what type of character she is, what class she is, and then tell us, show us one of your stuffed animals if you want to.
The character that I'm playing, Osana, she's a druid. She's a halfling druid, which I chose for the racial. I get a healing song, which, who knows, you have to listen to me, like, blast hair metal or something crazy in the morning. And what was it? Let me try to bring up what I had written for my character. I tried to make it, I mean, a lot of it's very stereotypical druid stuff. It's like, I wear tree things, and I do tree things, but I tried to make it, instead of having a very wise, noble druid, I'm just kind of a more ditzy, silly druid, which is anyway. But stuffed animals, I have Big Bear.
Yes!
My character turns into a bear, because who wouldn't want to turn into a bear?
Who wouldn't want to turn into a bear? And she did turn into a bear at our first session last week, and it was pretty awesome, and then she broke the rope bridge. And you can see that Darian also is a streamer, and you can catch her at twitch.tv/Foxy Pancakes. So check her out, go over, say hi to her, and hang out to her. And you can see her characters up on the screen. That is her character, which you will also see here in Roll20. Next up is Jessica. Jessica is awesomeness. And Jessica's very comfortable right now. She's wearing her pajamas. Jessica's also in Australia. So that is so cool. It's early morning in Australia, and she's got her little stuffed animal. Jessica, tell us about the character you're playing and her class, and about your stuffed animal.
My character is Snikt. She's a thief in very good standing with the Thieves Guild of somewhere I can't remember right at the moment, but let's see, where was she? From Ratasum.
Oh yes, I can't. Yeah, I was wondering how to pronounce that.
It's Ratasum. Yes, she and she gets into a little bit of trouble every now and then. She's kind of got sticky fingers. Anyway, and this is my portal turret.
Yes.
My portal turret keeps me safe. It warns me when it's about to kill me, thankfully. And so far, I haven't sent it to Android hell.
And that's Jessica, and she's playing Snikt. And Jessica, will you tell the audience what your character did last week to end off the session with awesomeness extraordinaire?
My character, I saved... I can't remember whose cat it was. Anyway, I saved the cat.
Siri's cat.
Yeah, I saved Siri's cat as I fell off the rope bridge with piranhas hanging underneath us. And someone lulled the piranhas into sleep, so I'm like, what the heck? And I started piranha surfing.
Piranha surfing! Woo-hoo! These were giant piranhas, you guys, so the audience, so you understand that they were huge giant piranhas.
Piranha with a little halfling on top of them.
And Siri, you're up next, and Siri is playing, well, actually, I'll let you tell him, and your cat.
Yep, and Kat. I'm playing Thistle. She's a ranger who also tends to have sticky fingers because she's deep, deep, deep in debt. Wasn't so smart. She tried to go to an academy so she could be fancy, and her farming parents took out a huge loan on the farm. She flunked out, so now she's trying to find ways to pay back the loan before her parents lose their farm. But they're really sweet, and they keep telling her don't worry about it, so of course she feels guilty all the time, and that's what pushes her to take these dangerous missions.
Awesome.
And this is Kat. She met Kat, and the name of the cat is just Kat. They don't really, they have a love-hate relationship. So Kat's pretty good at stealth and scouting, but is extremely stubborn. So Kat helps when Kat wants to, and that's not often.
And Kat ended up being the first person who was saved last week out of the piranha waters, and didn't offer a hand to anyone else.
Nope.
Floored me.
Oh, hey, here, baby. And this is my cat, actually, Luke. He's trying to get to his pet bed, but that's Luke. That I'm gonna put up on the screen there. And he has something on his face there.
Aww.
He's such a good boy. And he has a little bed here next to him. Now, next up, we have Stephanie. Stephanie is got a dragon on her shoulder. Stephanie, you are playing?
I'm playing Makino, who is a barbarian. And Makino is her appetites. So that's kind of the barbarian drive for existence and kind of our how we embrace life. So her drives are conquest and fame and glory, which I feel she achieved that yesterday when she sounded her barbarian yawp, got knocked unconscious by a oar, and woke up with a cultist standing over her, and she looked up at the cultist and said, "Aha! I have you right where I want you."
And so we can't tell how that's going to go if if your character's going to have a new girlfriend or a new hireling. We don't even know.
But basically she then proceeded to tell the female cultist, "You are mine now." And then when the female cultist pleaded to fish the other cultist, who was male, out of the water, Makino, okay, did so. Pulls him out. He starts making threats, and she just kind of looked at him and like, "You are not much use to me."
It's true, she did. And you can see Makino's image here on the screen, and you'll also see her on Roll20. And then there's me. Hi, I'm Jessa. And as you guys know, this is the Jessa channel that you're watching this on. And I also want to say I appreciate, as always, your watching. And I have, like I told you, I have my feather boa, and I have my earrings right there that you can see. And I also have 2 stuffed animals. This is Ping, and he is a foul-mouthed stuffed animal. I can't voice these animals. These animals are actually my husband's. And he brought them to our marriage. And then and we actually travel with these animals. We went on the Amtrak train with Ping and Nantuk. And we go to the dining car and we say, we'll have seating for 4, please. And this is Nantuk, and he's very quiet. But whenever they're in trouble, these two are in trouble, it's usually Nantuk who's the one who started it. See? Isn't that right? Nantuk's like... So they are here with us today. And now I'm going to bring up the screen for Roll20. Roll20, so for those of you guys who are new to tabletop role-playing games, everyone's heard of Dungeons and Dragons, and you may have heard good things about it, you may have heard odd things about it, but basically what it means is it's a game where, and at least the way I play it, it's a game where you do co-creative storytelling, basically. You and a bunch of people, your players come together, usually 4 at a table, sometimes up to 5 or 6 or more, will come together and they'll create a story using characters and using your imagination. So, in the bottom line, the tabletop role-playing games, and there's all kinds of games now. There's games of which Jessica is the woman to talk to on this one because she plays a lot of different games over on Roll20.
Oh, yeah.
But there are games about being vampires, and there's games about post-apocalyptic games, and there are futuristic games, space games, but of course the old standby is your basic fantasy game, which is what we're playing. We're not playing D&D though. We are playing a game called Dungeon World. And Dungeon World is a fantastic game, and you can find out more about that game at dungeonworld.com. Dungeon-world.com is what I believe it is. But in any case, Dungeon World is a game which is basically, I guess you might call it D&D light, I guess. Stephanie, what would you call Dungeon World? Stephanie is a very capable Dungeon World player.
I would say that Dungeon World basically takes, well, one of the ways that one person described it, and I think this is dead on, is Dungeon World is what I thought D&D would be when someone described it before I played it.
Exactly. Exactly.
It pares down the rules and actually changes the rules and the narrative focus quite a bit, so that the players are making, all of the decisions, whether heroic or otherwise, and the world reacts to them. So it really does push the collaborative storytelling in a way that is both good and effective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have actually played a game called Pathfinder for the last year. Pathfinder is a D&D offshoot from D&D 4th edition. And
it's actually from 3rd.
3.5.
See, this is why they run the ship. I don't know what I'm talking about. So basically, and it's very rules focused. And I played that game, and I want to give 2 shout outs, very important shout outs. One is to Matt. Hi, Matt. Matt is my old Gamemaster before I left the nest and flew off on my own. And he has a channel on YouTube called Is It My Turn Yet? Is it my turn yet?
Which is a common question in
D&D, in Pathfinder. Yes, exactly, because things go by turns. In Dungeon World, there are no turns. The game is dictated by the story that we are creating. And the second shout out I want to give is to Alex, who is my other GM, and he is an awesome guy, and he was also doing a Pathfinder campaign. But the reason why I moved on to Dungeon World is because I found Pathfinder to be very rules oriented, to the point where it constricted you from being able to just do things that you wanted to do, like, for example, pick up a table and throw it at an enemy to confuse them. And because if a table's coming at you, you're probably going to duck and lose your attack and all of that kind of stuff. And also, just so you know, as a game master, my focus is on story. I will ask the players to do fun things. For example, our barbarian. If she says, I do a barbarian yell, I will say, go ahead and show me. Describe it. That is my way as a GM, is to help you all find the story and express it. When players do something that's super awesome, really out there as far as role play, they bring a tear to our eye, or they really express their character, or they think of an amazing way to extricate themselves from a pit of venomous snakes, for example.
Or to surf on a deadly piranha.
Or to surf on a deadly piranha. Then they take a role play point. I will offer them. There's something that you don't get every day, but I will hand them out. Everyone has an opportunity to get one. Everyone will get one or more, and they can be used to help you get out of sticky circumstances. That's what role play points are. That's not a part of Dungeon World. That's just a table rule, a house rule, but I like it and it's fun. So the first thing I'm going to do as the first part of our game is I am going to award to Osana and to Thistle a role play point.
Sweet.
And go into your character sheets, ladies, and down under where it says RP, put in 1 and 1 in both boxes. And then you will see on your character token in Roll20, which I'm now going to show the audience, show the viewers. You can see here that Osana now has a blue bar over her token here, and Thistle has a blue, well, she will in a minute, have a blue bar, there it is, over her token. Now, Snikt, I want you to take 1 RP point for riding a dangerous sleeping piranha. And Makino, I want you to take 1 RP point for doing the most terrific barbarian yell. And also,
was that bar 3?
Actually, no. Put it on your character sheet. Your character
okay.
sheet is tied to your token, so always fill in your character sheet. No worries. And then, also, I'm giving you a role play point for having the genius solution of going back to the engine room of the ship on which we were.
The practical solution.
Finding out how the controls worked and using it to gun the ship through the choppy waters of the Dark Sea where we are now.
Didn't she just jam the controls forward?
She just jammed them forward and ran over a rowboat of dragon cultists.
Yeah.
Everyone here has 1 RP point now. Let me remind you and the audience as how RP points can be spent. You have 3 choices. 1, you can use it to make 2 rolls and roll the highest roll. 2, you can use it to have +1 forward. That means on your next roll, when you announce it, you say, I'm going to take +1 forward, and you get +1 on your roll. Or the last one is GM choice. GM choice means that whatever situation that you are in and that you are asking to spend an RP point on, you can say, I choose GM choice, and I will then manufacture or give you an item or a solution which will hopefully get you out of the situation. Let's say, for example, you're hanging over a pit of venomous snakes. You have triggered a trap and your death is imminent. And you want to use an RP point to help you get out of the situation, and you choose to use GM choice. I might then have out of your adventuring bag, I might have you be able to pull out some sort of antidote for the venom that lasts for a certain amount of minutes. Or I might have you be able to suddenly have a rope extend from the ceiling that allows you to climb out of the trap. Or I might have a spider web appear underneath you that can possibly catch you if you're lucky. Those
You
kind
should
of
have
things.
a mongoose, Jessa. Pull out a mongoose and throw it down there to feast on snakes.
Exactly. I might come up with a giant mongoose.
Jessa,
So-
you've used the venomous pit of pit of venomous snakes a couple times in your examples. I really hope this isn't foreshadowing.
She's a lady wearing the skeletons.
Never gets to be nice snakes.
I'm not telling, ladies.
To be
I'm not
both
telling.
ones and
But
just
one of these
cuddle.
days, you never know. You might find yourself in such a situation and be glad you all have an RP point to spend.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And
let's
we're all forewarned that there might be venomous snakes.
Exactly.
Thank goodness we have both a druid and a ranger in the party.
Exactly. So, over here on Roll20, dear viewers, you can see that we have our character tokens. The character tokens are colored to match both our names down here to show who we're playing, and also here in Google Plus, they match our names here. This is the best way for you to see all of the characters. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the map, and then we're going to go in and start to do bonds, which I'll explain in just a moment. Here is the map. The wonderful thing about this game, Dungeon World, is that it's co-created. We, as a group, created the quest for our game. We started out with literally nothing. And we built a world. This is the map that I have just randomly generated that matches the description of what we've put in our world so far. Here is the quest for the luminescent dragon's egg. You are at the entrance to the Keep of Other in Blackmarsh, which is located on the Dark Sea, a vast underground ocean. You have journeyed here to retrieve the blue luminescent dragon's egg on behalf of the realm. Your luck has turned sour, though, because there is a bitter civil war, and that's a real problem because you'll be hung for a war criminal if you do not bring back the egg. To make matters worse, you have just seen signs of Black Marsh dragon cultists approaching from the shore. You can't turn back since the Dark Sea is riddled with giant piranha fish, so you must push on. Looking at the entrance, or looking at the shore in this case, you get a feeling this won't work out well for all of you. What do you do? So in its essence, Dungeon World is a conversation back and forth between me, the game master, and the players and their characters and what they're doing. And then we create the story as we go. We keep notes on it, and then over time, Darian, who is a wonderful map maker, will eventually make our map for us. And as she will take the map that we have here that we've just sort of randomly generated, and she'll make us a nice real map. And she's like, oh, great. Thank you for volunteering me again, Jessa. The last thing to note is that this group is a lot of fun. And one of the ways that we have naturally found some more fun than what is actually just in Dungeon World is that this is a role-playing, tabletop, and craft group. Some of the women are doing crafts in the background. For example, Stephanie, will you put up your scarf?
Such a cool scarf.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Now, you guys, when we started last week, Stephanie, that scarf, she cast on last week and it's finished this week.
Yeah, I cast off while we were doing our character creation last week.
She's good. She's fast. So I'm hoping.
That's an easy pattern.
And Siri, you have some clay here. Put your clay up.
Yep. Almost. I'm making a little Minecraft block.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, cute.
I'm working on the flower right now.
Sweet.
And I can't do crafts because I'm running everything. But if I were, I'd be knitting something. Does anybody else have any crafts? Darian or Jessica, are you doing any crafts? Darian's like, does eating? She's like, does eating chocolate count?
That's a good
I'm
one.
all out. I have to mail my Reese's Pieces out. Like, I don't have anything.
So anyway, if you, the viewer, are also a crafty, imaginative, role-playing type of person, do your crafts as well. And then over at Reddit, at reddit.com/r/the Jessa channel, you can put up posts of your crafts and let me know what you're doing. And I will put up a craft post there and you can join up and have good time with us as we play. We are now going to go into doing bonds. This is something that we will do as we're playing. Bonds will be created, they will be explored, and then they will be resolved. This episode is presented in parts. To see the next part, click the playlist annotation at the top of the video. If the next part has not been uploaded yet, it will be tomorrow. So if you want to see it, subscribe. Get every new Jessa Channel video right in your email inbox. Subscribe, then from your YouTube homepage, click Manage Subscriptions, then check Email with new uploads. And thanks for watching.